when you're 30. If you're not successful, you don't have kids, you don't have a husband, and you're 30, that's an abomination. And in today's society, the worst thing that can possibly happen to a woman, worse than death, is aging. Like, that is the worst thing that can happen to a woman, is like, oh, God forbid she looks her age. You know, and I feel like the reason why today aging is seen as such, like, something you should dread is because of how, mainly, I think in my mind, this is just my own hypothesis, right? I feel like if women just stop caring about like age, or if you know you need to get kids by this time, or if you don't have kids you're gonna be old, like, I think if we just allow for us to just age gracefully, I feel like maybe we'll be too powerful. Genuinely, that's my hypothesis. We'll be too powerful. So it's better for them to just like shame us into, you know, trying to look young, trying to look like you're 20. And I'm like, I feel like if I'm 30, I'm not gonna try and look 20 or be 20, because I'm a broke 20-year-old. Why would I want to go back to do that? That is not what I want to be. And it's like, I feel like once I'm older, like looking at my face and looking at the wrinkles on my face, I think that's just a map of the beautiful life that I've lived, all the trials and tribulations that I have passed through. So if I like erase them, it's, you know, and there's so much money. I think that's another thing. There's so much money in making women believe that they need to be looking 20. Because if it's not in skincare, oh, you need to have threads, you need to put retinol, you need to always have sunscreen, you need to have vitamin C. Like, you have to become a goddamn scientist. Like, this day and age, you have to become, like, literally I have become a scientist. It's it's so funny, like, because me and my mom, we speak skincare, right? Because you have to have your retinoids, you have to have your vitamin C's, your B's, your A's. You need to be having your, if you're gonna have your acids, you're gonna have your, you know, like, it's a science. And literally, you have to just what time to put it, how to layer it, what it does to your face. But like, you know, right now, because I was in that like whole skincare regimen and how I need to do this, that, and the third, I think it just clicked in my head, like, you know, acne is a normal, it's normal. Like, everybody has acne. It's a normal occurrence. It's not like a disease. And even if it is, should you be shamed about it, you know? So for me, like, recently, my skincare routine has it's 3 steps. Let me tell you right now. It's 3 steps. The first one, dial soap, antibacterial. Second is the oil, because I usually make my own oil. I put that all over my face and my body. That is sunscreen. That's it. Because I'm tired of like, oh, you need to do this to remove the wrinkles on your face, or you need to like have 10 steps. And it's like, okay, at the time it was therapeutic, but it is expensive, okay? And even just the advertisements that they put there, they're like, you know, you might be 40 but you look 25. And it's even like the sayings that we have is like, oh, black don't crack, Asian don't raisin. It's like a badge of honor not to age. And it's just so crazy to me. I'm like, why don't you want to look your age? Like, you've lived long. You've lived the life that you've lived. You've lived a beautiful life. So why do you want to erase like a map of the beautiful life that you had, all to look like you're 20, you know? Apart from skincare, now you can become even more, I think abrasive. I don't know if that's the word. Listen, English came by ship in my country, so correct me if I'm wrong. But people go into plastic surgery, and the women, and I feel like plastic surgeons, some of them are so crazy. They're so crazy because they're going to be doing facelift for 80-something-year-old women. Well, not 80, let's just say like 50-something-year-old women. But 50 is not even old. Let's say 60, 65. Okay, but they will pull and tug at that skin, try and make her look like she's 15. Next thing you know, her face is just stretched and it looks terrible, right? There's some plastic surgeons that get like do facelifts and do all these things, but they make you look like 10 years off your age. No, they're not trying to make you look 15, you know? They're not trying. And I don't remember, maybe if I find them when I'm editing, I'll find the like pictures of this other doctor that I saw on Instagram. I don't know if I remember, but the way he does his plastic surgery, like, you still look like a grown woman. Like, he's not doing too much, right? And it's like, apart from facelift, there are people who are younger than me, and I'm pretty young. I'm 23, younger than me, and they're getting Botox, they're getting filler. I don't know, under eye, what? Why? Puberty you hit like 2 seconds ago. Why? What are you doing? But oh, I want to get rid of these wrinkles on my forehead. Maybe try to stop stressing yourself instead of going to pay like $600-$700. Like, do you guys understand what you're doing to your face? Like, and the thing is, it's been glamorized now. It's been seen as luxury. Like, if you've made it, you're gonna go and do Botox. You're going to go and do I don't know what. Like, have you given life a chance? Like, okay, I understand. I think if you just sit down with yourself and actually think, why the hell are you getting this? I know some people are like, oh, it's to boost my confidence and it's to do this. And I'm like, okay, but if you go and change something about yourself like this, and you think that's what's going to boost your confidence, believe me, once you change that thing, something else is going to look wrong. Right? And then you continue nitpicking yourself until you do not look like yourself. And then you start regretting. Or your face just starts looking, you know, those people who just look like just heavy plastic surgery, where they're just looking like a box, right? Like the cheekbones are like up here, the lips are like up here. And it's like, most of them regret. Right now, there's so many people that are like dissolving, they're like fillers and dissolving. Like, they don't like Botox. I didn't even know Botox hurt. Did you know they hurt? I didn't know they hurt. Because it's like, this other lady who just got Botox, and she was like laughing too hard, and she's like, oh, don't make me laugh too hard. It makes my face hurt because I have Botox and I can't like smile too hard. What the hell? So your whole life you're not gonna be able to smile too much because it's gonna hurt you? I didn't even know it hurts. I just thought that like it just tightens and that's, or whatever it does. I didn't know that. I did not. Like, you're paying so much. And then the thing is like, you do it monthly, and that's the thing I don't like. I don't like that right now, especially on TikTok and like basically everywhere. It's like, if you're a luxury girl, if you reach a certain type of social class, you have to do these procedures. Like, you can't look natural. Actually, I saw this other lady. I forgot the name. Well, I didn't forget the name. I'm just not gonna tell you because listen, I've not even started YouTube channel. You want me to get cancelled or to enter beef? Let me at least wait until I have like 1,000 subscribers first before I enter into problems with other people. But this lady, she's level up coach. I have beef with these level up coaches. But she was a level up coach, and she was saying how before her procedures and what she did and like her gym, she went on a date with a multi-millionaire man through a matchmaking whatever. So apparently that man went back to the matchmaker and was like, oh, this woman is too simple, I can't go on any date with her, can you get me someone who is not simple looking or normal looking as her? And then she's like, yeah. And then later on, I got my Botox, I got my fillers, I started doing Pilates, I started going to Equinox, and he came back and he didn't even know that it was me that he was talking to. But now because I looked the part, so I'm like, you know the following that you have. You know the following that you have are young girls who are trying to get a certain type of lifestyle, and you are just egging them on to go and change their whole look because these men don't want natural, simple looking women. There's so many wrong things with that. And the thing is, another thing is, like, on her page, she's like, oh, I'm a girl's girl. This is what the girls are telling girls. That's so crazy to me. That's so crazy. And it's like, I feel like, yes, me, I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to you guys. Money will change me. It will. But not in the context of like, I'm changing how I look, because I really, really love how I look. And let me not lie, I had I have these like lines on my face that I was like, oh my god, when I get money, I'm gonna fill them in, right? Because I smile, because I actually see them on my pictures and I try to like airbrush and edit. But I reached a point where I'm like, this is part of my face. It's lines. It's literally smiling. Like, over here, let me even tell you guys. Like, you see when I smile so hard? It's like here. And then also like when I don't smile, like this right here. I hated this line. I hated them. It was like one of my biggest insecurities, and that's why I never used to take a lot of pictures. Like I would try and smile and I'm like, I have these smile lines and I don't like them. Or I would not smile and I'm like looking angry and my lines, these lines are like popping out. I'm like, oh my god, I just want to change them, right? And I was just sitting down with myself, I'm like, what is the real reason? Like, am I good? Like, I don't even think people notice. And if you're noticing lines on my face that were there, they were put by God, like, I think when you sit down, what I say is, like, we always have this little voice in our head that usually, like, it's so hard on us, like, gives us such insecurities. And I read in this book called Buy Yourself Fucking Lilies, and she was like, this little voice, carry a notebook and write down all those little funny thoughts that it puts, like, you know, it gives you. And then you start reading it and you just ask yourself if you would ever speak to your friend like this, if you would ever even speak to your worst enemy like this. But if you can't do that, you're doing that to yourself, but you can't even do that to your worst enemy. So it's like, some of the things that I'm insecure about are so outrageous. Like, they did it, like, that did not make sense to me. I had to sit down and be like, girl, what the fuck? Like, it's lines on your face. How is that? Like, I swear to God, I know no one is talking to you and looking at your face and thinking like, oh my god, look at the lines on Ashby's face that connect to her nose. Like, what's happening there? Are you serious? Like, that's the last thing on someone's mind. So I think it's just, this society's expectations is just so crazy. And like, the strive of a certain type of lifestyle that entails dangerous things. And it's like, a lot of the influencers, a lot of the like famous people really like, yeah, let's go and do plastic surgery. And it's like, I'm not shaming you guys, although it sounds like I am. The thing that I'm shaming is that woman that I mentioned, that woman that was saying that you will not get the money if you do not do Botox. That's the people I'm shaming. But the ones who are just doing on their own and minding their own business and like not shoving it down our throats saying, if you need to be luxury, you need to go and put this and that and the third. It's just that apart from that, it's also makeup, right? You have to put all the powder, you need to put all the concealer, you need to conceal everything in your face. Nothing needs to be there. Your face needs to look smooth. And it's like, me personally, maybe I'm just talking shit because I'm not that good at makeup. And I only know how to do one look. And that one look is the one that is currently on my face, right? And, you know, it's like, you need to do all these things because you don't want your under eye to crease. Your under eye creases, you do not want, like, okay, if you're covering up, let's say, whatever, like you're covering up, maybe you hit yourself or you didn't sleep so much and you have like big eye bags and you're trying to hide it. Yeah, but if makeup is your clutch so that you can wear and not feel old, or you're wearing makeup and you're just like, I have to conceal all the wrinkles, I have to go, like, please, baby girl, listen to me. Hey, my lace is fine. Anyway, listen to me. Thank you for me, someone who does not know how to put makeup too well. And this, let me tell you, all of this on my face, drugstore makeup. By 5 p.m, my face is looking crazy. But no, it's because I don't put a lot of makeup because, again, I don't know how to put it. But the way they say, like, you have to look for all these different powders, I don't know one size, I don't know MAC, I don't know, you have to do all this color correcting, you have to, like, I love makeup. I do. I love Miss Jackie. I love like all these people. Believe me, I was watching, I was doing all these things, but I wasn't doing it in a way to hide what's on my face. You know, I'm not doing it in a way where I'm like changing my whole how my face looks. I love makeup, and I wish like other women would do makeup, but I don't have to speak for all women because everyone has their own thing. But it's just do it for fun. Like this whole clean girl aesthetic, Like, good for you. Like, I'm talking to you guys, even me, that's the only aesthetic that I know. But the clean girl aesthetic, you're doing it because, oh, you want to look clean and whatever, and there's nothing wrong with that. But bring back 2016 makeup, when makeup was fun. You know, people, you were doing cut crease. Oh, that was when makeup was popping off. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, when they're doing the cut crease, when people were just using makeup for art, for fun. Like, let's go back to that. Let's stop this. Everyone is looking the same. I don't even, like, if you have limited skills like me, then come and enter my chat. But this whole, and the thing is, let me tell you, this has nothing to do with like aging or whatever, but this is just a hot take. Birthday makeup was only villainized because men were making fun of women. But I see nothing wrong with birthday makeup. Have those gold eyelids, have those pink eyelids, have full beat. I'm a full beat girl. I love full beat. It's just I don't know how to do it. That's the only problem. I don't know how to do it. If I knew, I would be eating y'all up. But then the thing is, I also understand the type of face that I have. And full beat will just, I will look crazy with the full beat, right? But another thing that really goes with this like aging is clothing. Especially now that there's like old money aesthetic. Like, oh, I want to look like old money. I want to look like old money. You look like somebody's grandma. Stop. like that's the problem. It's like people are getting this, like, oh, old money. I want to dress like, but all those people who dress like old money are actually old. So you're 23. You're wearing funny stuff because you want to look old money. You end up looking like somebody's grandma, and you start looking, and it's like, okay, if you genuinely like it and that's the style that you're going for, go for it. But if you're doing it to just like enter an aesthetic just because, I would rather you find in your personal style. And look, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. I'm not gonna be, because I also went down that rabbit hole of old money aesthetic, but only because I really love skirts. Skirts are so cute. That's what I noticed. Like, I really love a cute little tennis skirt. Like, that is just so adorable. I'm not enjoying, like, you're 23, go and be naked if you want to be. Why? Like, if you want to be modest, go ahead. But if it's like you're doing it for what? Figure out your own style. Stop trying to like put yourself in this box because everybody else is doing. You know, like, wear clothes that make you feel good. And if looking like somebody's grandma makes you feel good, wear the fuck out of that, you know? But it's like, sometimes this clothes that you guys wear is not doing for you guys justice. And it's like, and another thing also, I think this is like this is why I can say I believe in someone. Look at me, I say I believe in someone. I believe in paradoxes, okay? So some of the things I might say look counterintuitive, or they look like they clash, but two things can happen at the same time, and I believe that. So as much as I'm saying you're here dressing like somebody's grandma, also there's this side where you might be an older woman and you feel like you have to dress a certain way because you're an old woman. I'm like, I don't think so. Again, that's how we're gonna go back to personal style. Once you figured out your personal style, what makes you happy, even if you're 60 and you like to wear leather pants, wear those leather pants. You know, I don't think, especially like, I love fashion because you can do anything and everything with it. It's so broad, right? It's just art that you wear, and it's so much fun. And like, there's so many different variations of it, and it's, you can do anything. That's why I'm like, don't limit yourself because you want to go with the trend that is happening right now. Like, now they're saying clean girl aesthetic is dead, and now it's mob wife. What is mob wife? What are you guys talking about? what are you talking about here? But it's just that. And then also like hobbies that like people just say this is just for old people, or this is just for young people. But this is a new one, so maybe this is a hot take. If you're still going to the club Monday to Monday and you're not DJ or bouncer, and you're past the age of 35, used to say, oh, tonight we're going out, tonight we're going out. Every single day. What are you doing? Because let's be all very honest with each other here. The songs they play are the same. The drinks they serve are the same, just more expensive. The people that are there, they come to the club to stand like soldier. They don't even come. People are not gonna come. The girls, some of the girls that go there, they're going there to just gossip and look down at other women. Or sometimes you just go like I feel like there's a time, a place. Like there's nothing wrong with clubbing once in a while, but if you're doing it Monday to Monday, and this is not your job, babes, what's happening here? What's happening here? What's happening here? But like, anyway, hobbies. There's some like knitting. I remember in high school I went to like I had a knitting club, right? Like not me personally, but I went to a knitting club and I was knitting and I loved it. And I thought that knitting is just for like grandmas and old people, but it's actually so much fun. It's so, I would say it's very, I forgot the name, it's very calming. Like I was knitting, my knitting was terrible. It was so bad, but I was thoroughly enjoying myself. Like, I don't like hobbies that have been put an age limit on, right? That's why I said clubbing is not a hobby. Stop, let's respect each other. It's not. Drinking is also not a hobby. Stop there. I don't like when they put age on hobbies and clothing and makeup. I think that's like, with all the things that I'm saying, it just all goes back to one road of knowing yourself and what works for you personally, no matter what your age is. And then there's like also relationships, right? So with relationships, I feel like women are pressured to marry and to get children and to be successful by 30, because by 30 the world is ending. As a woman, the world is ending when you're 30. If you're not successful, you don't have kids, you don't have a husband, and you're 30, that's an abomination. That's an abomination, because the society is telling us when you're 30, your world is ending as a woman. Like, and the thing that perpetuates this is this crazy people of these days. I don't know red pill. I don't even know why they're even pills. Don't ask me. I don't know. But they say, oh, after 25, a woman is, I don't know what. She's too old. And this is like 49-year-old men sitting in a room with other men talking about how they like when the girls are young and ripe. Are we mangoes? Like, oh, after 25, she's so old. Or like when she's 30, like she has a mind of her own. She's not as important. You guys want slaves? I don't understand. It's like, and the thing is, it's so crazy, because even me, that I have just turned 23, the pressure is getting worse. like the pressure of like, I need to figure out my whole life. I need to have gotten kids, because first of all, they're telling us that our fertility is going down. They're telling us we'll never have a child. Our body is just going to give up on us. Like, we won't have as much strength. We're not going to be as pretty. We're going to all become fat. Our metabolism is just... I'm telling you, these people, they've made turning 30 look like the movie 2012. You know when like an apocalypse is coming and you're at the end of the road and everything is just going to shit? That's what they're making 30 look like. When in reality, so many studies have shown, maybe I will write one of the credited, what is his name, links. I'll put the link down below of one of the studies showing that single, childless women who are over the age of 30 are the happiest people in the world. I don't know why I said one like that. In the world. So if multiple studies have shown us that those are the women that are the happiest, somebody is alive somewhere telling us that after 30, well, everything's going to shit. There's somebody lying. Because, even me, and especially because I'm African, like, we have to get kids like when we're 20. I'm joking. That's not a real thing. But I need to have a husband, and I need to have because it's so funny. I remember I was talking to my mom, and she was just like, Ash, I think it's time for you to get a serious relationship. So you can get married in a good time. And in my head, I'm like, what the hell is a good time? Like, so I guess, and I don't even blame her. I love that lady. But it's like, again, the pressure of being a woman and aging. Like, they say you're gonna, like, 25 is when you're the cutest. I mean, even that sprinkle lady, it's the same thing. She's like, when you're 25, you're cute. That's when everything is going good for you. And I'm like, you guys don't look at the reality of being in your 20s. I don't think people look at the reality. Personally, I feel like 30-year-olds have more fun than 20-year-olds. Number one, you guys are way more stable, right? Financially stable. You have a good job. You have a good house. You have like your 401k or whatever it is. Like, you guys have had like 10 years of adulting. Or like you have it down, right? Next, your frontal lobe is fully formed. Let's say that again. Your frontal lobe is fully formed. So you can make better decisions than us 20-year-olds, right? And I was reading a book of defining decade of like the 20s. They even say that your 20s are gonna be your loneliest time, because it's like everybody's just trying to figure out what the hell to do with their life. I'm not saying once you're 30 you'll have everything figured out, but at least you have a 10-year head start, Like you have an idea of what's happening. Like me, I'm still learning how to deal with taxes. I don't even know what to do. Like, I don't even know how that works. And it's like, I think once I've been doing taxes for 10 years, like I will know what to do. But now I hope to go. I just go to TurboTax and hope and pray that I don't go to jail. Like, just put my things there and say, amen. Send it. But it's like, I feel like there's also a lot of wisdom there. Like, you've lived a good life. Like, it's so crazy to me when I'm seeing 23-year-olds with 3 kids. I'm like, you're still a teenager. Please, I thought you have 3 kids. But it's a lot. It's a lot, especially like now. They're just regurgitating crazy stuff. Like, if it's not that funny looking guy, the bald guy on the date saying the stupidest things, if it's not, I don't know, Fresh and Fit saying other stupid things. I feel like podcasting, you should pay $1 million as entrance fee. And apart from that, there should also be like a board of directors of mainly women to listen to what your podcast is going to be about, so they can be allowed to be released in this world. Because some of the things that you guys are saying is absurd. It's crazy. And like, these are middle-aged men. These are 30, 40-year-old. Like, and not even that. Another funny thing I'm seeing here on YouTube is this smash or pass thing. And then I saw this other 39-year-old man went to smash or pass. And the thing is, he's there acting all high and mighty. He's like, oh, I'm Dr. something. I'm not gonna say his name. I don't even remember his name.
It's Dr. Elam. I'm 38 years old, and I popped my balloon after listening to you.
Okay, damn. Okay.
I think humility and integrity is something that takes a lot of work to acquire, and it doesn't seem like you've done that work yet.
No? Okay.
Have you had therapy before? I mean, it's funny, but it's not a joke.
Okay, sure. So you think I need therapy?
I know you need therapy.
Okay.
I think we all need therapy, but it takes a certain level of humility to admit it. And if you can't admit it, then, well, you definitely need therapy.
I'm Dr. something. And he said he was acting like he is the epitome of maturity. I'm like, you are acting epitome of maturity, but you woke up in the morning saying you're going to a 20-year-old's YouTube video for smash and pass. You're smashing and passing 21-year-olds. That's so crazy to me. That's so crazy to me. Another thing about this, like, age, especially today, like, preteen is not a thing anymore. There's nothing like preteens. There's nothing like this. 12-year-old girls, they're looking older than me. I'm like, this 12-year, I'm like, even my little sister, I'm like, when I was your age, I was not doing this thing. I sound like, when your mother used to say, like, when I was your age, I never used to do that. But no, seriously, I don't know what is in the water of these little children now. Some of these boys, 6'5", full mustache, 16. I said, what in the GMO is happening? There's something with like this little girl's body, like when I was 12, 13, I don't even think I knew what a bra is. I was wearing boob top. If you know what a boob top is, then we know. You know, I didn't know. The only makeup that I used to know is the ones that used to come in like a princess case, and it was plastic and it was glitter. This girl's 12, 11, they're in Sephora. I don't know, they're doing drunk elephant. I didn't even know what the fuck drunk elephant is. They're here, they want to put retinol on their face. You're 12. You're 12. Do you even allow collagen to grow on your face? And like, it's so crazy. Some of them, they are becoming so old so fast. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing like preteens anymore, especially with TikTok. It's like they want to be so mature, and it's like I don't even think I can blame them anymore because of the access that they have, because they're seeing the influencers who are like 25, 30, and because again, these 30-year-olds are looking 21, so you can't even know who is who. It's like absurd. It's crazy. I don't know if I'm the only one that this is because I'm seeing these little girls. I don't know, they're wearing designer. I think for me, the designers that I was like, especially like luxury designer, I did not start wearing until like 4 years ago. I just started this. But this is the, I don't know, you're 12, you're asking a Gucci bag, you're asking red bottom shoes. When I was that age, I was wearing Skechers. And when I get Skechers, I was the hottest shit. Do you understand? I was like that girl when you're going there with Skechers. And not even that. The other thing is, leave alone Gucci bag. Those bags that you could roll with, that you don't have to put in your bag, you roll the bags in school. Yeah. Those are the ones. Gucci bag, Chanel bag, I don't know, they had nothing on that bag. Like that was the. And then another thing is like there's no kids play outside anymore. Like the way they used to be, like we used to have rollerblades, we used to like go play outside. That is not a thing anymore. They want to go hang out in mall because they want to go shopping, and the shopping that they're going to, even like it's hard to fathom how the preteens, nothing, even the teenagers, like I would hear my sister would tell me stories, my sister, I'm sorry, I'm putting all your business outside, but like she would tell me stories about what's happening socially in her life, and I'm like, I never had those problems until I was like 22. You're 14. What? like she's so mature. It's like I'm wondering like when did this happen? Like it's so crazy to me. Another thing I feel like with aging, especially now, and like this societal expectation, is how it usually breeds competition. It breeds a lot of competition, and I see it a lot with like mother-daughter relationships where like the mom is competing with the daughter. And I've seen that like on the internet a lot, and it's so sad. But it's a lot. Obviously, I'm just putting a blanket over it because there's a lot more that happens there. But the main thing, the main reason why the mom would be jealous of the daughter is because of her youth, right? And I see that so many times in like the internet and all those, because the mom wants to be young, like the mom wants to be the daughter. And I think a lot of that has to do with like what society is pushing her. It's pushing her like, look at the younger version of you, the young hotter version of you, where everything is tight and she has no loose skin. And it's like, that is not, I don't think it really makes sense for a mother to be like the daughter. Like, girl, you literally gave birth to a whole child. Yeah, it's like there's a lot that goes into aging, and I don't think we really talk about the detriment it has on women and how we just compete with each other. Like, instead of looking at older women and seeing them as like, these are women that I'm gonna get wisdom from, and the same goes the other side, where the older women like see this younger women, instead of like reminiscing on like the life they had when they were young, or like, hey, like I can now guide these people and give them some of this, like some wisdom because I've gone through all of this. It's like you're seeing each other as competition, which is so crazy to me. You know, like I personally, a woman will never, I would never see a woman as my competition. I would never, because number one, you're not me. You would never be me, and I don't mean that in like a cocky way, but it's just the same goes for you. Like, I would never be you. I can never be you. Like, we're so different. Even if we have similarities, like maybe we have the same body type, we have the same mindset, we have whatever, there's still something about you that nobody else in this whole world has. So it's like, I'm not entering a room and like, oh, I have to be the prettiest, or I'm looking at all these women and it's like they have nothing on me. Like, that is such a tiring, exhausting way to think, and it's just so sad that I don't think you open yourself up to friendships with women. I feel like friendships with women is just so potent. Like, why wouldn't you want that? I love women. Women are so much fun, and it's just crazy. And on top of that, I also just don't like the type of compliments that like people give. You know how when you meet someone and someone is like, oh yeah, and you guys are like talking, and then she says her age, and you're like, oh my god, you're 55, you don't look a day over 30. Like, why do you feel the need to compliment them like that? You know, it's like I understand, yes, it's to make them feel good, but we need to go down to the root as to why you need to make them feel like they're younger. Like, you have to compliment. Like, why is saying you look 55? Why is that seen as an insult? Or this 60-year-old lady looks like a 60-year-old. Why is that seen like an insult? I don't understand that. Like, why is it an insult? Like, why is a 30-year-old, oh, you look 30? Yeah, I believe it. That is seen, like, you want me to be like, oh, you don't look like a day over 21. No. I don't see anything. Like, why do you feel the need? You see, that's why I'm like, it's so weaved into like us, this societal expectations, and like just aging and how it's so wrong. It's so intertwined into like everything that we do that it just, we don't even think about it. Like, we don't even consciously think about it. We do this stuff so unconsciously that it just falls out of your mouth. You know, it's like, let's say you're seeing a grandma and you're seeing the grandma with the grandchild, and someone is coming, they're like, oh, so is this your mom? Or like, oh, is this your sister? When clearly it is not. This is an old lady. But you're saying it so that she can feel good, right? Because you want to make her feel young. Because you have to compliment on her looks. Because you're like, hey, no, you look. You see, I don't know if I'm making sense. I might be making sense, I might not be making sense. Just let me know down in the comments if I'm making any sense. But it's just like things like that that I notice, and I'm just like, because me, if someone tells me like, oh yeah, you look your age, I'll be like, thank you. Because it's like, I'm not trying to look at a different age. Although I've been lying about my age for a long time. But that's a story for another day. But it's just, but no, actually it's not a story for another day. Let me talk about it now. So I have been lying about my age for so long. I have been lying about my age because I've been saying that I'm older for such a long time, because nobody would take what I'm saying seriously because of my age. And it's like, I have always been the youngest person in a lot of the places that I've been, to where I had to add 4 years to my age for them to even believe that I am me, or like to even give credibility to what I'm saying, right? Because even when I went to university, like back home, I was like 17 and everyone else was like 21, 22. So they would look at me and like, what the hell does a 17-year-old know? So it was even like hindering me trying to start like the friendships. And the same goes, it's like, as women, we just you don't like. There's zero credibility, 30 death. It's just nobody really would really take, because I feel like I give pretty good what's his name? I feel like I give pretty good advice, right? I feel like my advice is actually really good because I put a lot of thought into my advice, right? And because of how young I am, people would just discredit me, or they would not take what I say seriously, or they would try and treat me like I'm not someone who demands respect because I'm young, right? So, and that trickled down to like dating and like all this stuff where men just thought they would just be or treat me crazy because I was young. So that's why I was just like, pause, let's not do that. But yeah, that's why. But now I've stopped lying. It's been how many years? 5 years too long. I've stopped lying. And yeah, it's just crazy. And it's another thing about the societal pressures is, thank you to internet, thank you to Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, where now you have to have your big body bands when you're 21. You need to own your house when you're like fucking 12. Like then you have to live alone, you have to live in your high rise. Like, how can you be 26 and living with your mom? That's an abomination, you know? It's like these societal expectations, especially now, where I feel like they think that success should be so easy to get because that's what I'm saying, because of the social media and the things that are being shoved down our throat, is people are becoming millionaires when they're like 25. People are buying 3-bedroom houses when they're 21. People are buying the big body Benz when they're like bloody 18, you know? And they're like, and congratulations to all those people. It's hard, it's not easy, but they make it look like it's easy, and they make it look like this is what is normal. So when you find someone who is driving a Honda Civic, who's not living in a high-rise, just a normal 1-bedroom apartment, has just a regular 9 to 5, or maybe they're like 18 making like less than 50K a year, they feel like a failure because there's another 18-year-old that is asking them, I'm making 6 figures when I'm 18, what are you doing? You know? So like this crazy expectations that you need to have like figured out, and you need to have made all the money and gotten all the successes before you're 30. Again, 30 is when as a woman you die. Like, you need to have, like, even with just school, it's like it's a taboo, or it's seen like you're a failure if you're still in school and you're 25, or God forbid you're 29 and you're still doing your bachelor's degree. Like, it's just so crazy how all these standards have been put on you, and they're just regurgitated. Because I think I was seeing this other lady who was in med school, and she was learning to be a doctor. She was 29, and her comments on TikTok were like, oh my god, you're 29 and you're still in medical school. Like, people finish medical school when they're 25, and they go to residency. I don't know how it works, but I'm like, that does not discredit the hard work she's putting in. Just because you're older, it does not mean it's automatically easier. Just because you're older does not mean that because now you've done other stuff in your life and now you've decided to go back and do things, you should be shamed. Or let's even say, even if you're going to go back to high school and you're like 25, you're doing this to better your life, and nobody's supposed to shame you for that. But here, everybody is shamed for that. Women, we are so shamed for that. We are told that there's a clock on our body, which is the most, what can I say, damaging thing to tell a woman that, oh, you have a timer. The fuck? So far the time is inside my body. What is he doing there? Like, some of these things, and it's just there's so many miracles that happen, but I think a lot of it is just smoke and mirrors. Personally, that's what I feel like, because you do not know what that 21-year-old did to get that G-Wagon. Okay? Like, okay, maybe, because again, I told you paradoxes. Two things can be happening at the same time. Like, I agree. Maybe she worked hard, she was lucky, and she got it in a good way. Congratulations. Happy. But there's also the other side where illegal activities were present. Okay? So stop comparing yourself with people that steal. Okay? Stop comparing yourself. I'm gonna say, stop comparing yourself with people that steal. There's no where I'm supposed to be. Who told you that's where you're supposed to be? Who told you they're supposed to be there? Oh no, I'm not where I'm supposed to be when I'm 30. No, you're exactly where you are because you need to be there. If you were supposed to be a millionaire, you could have been a millionaire, but you're not. So stop beating yourself up about things that you cannot change. If you want to change them, you can. You can change them. You know, it's like, I need to get my life together by the time I'm 25. It's like, there are probably some people who are 40 and still don't know what they're doing with their life. Nobody knows. We all don't know what we're doing. This is our first time doing this. Like, you guys, give yourself some slack. This is your first time being the age that you are. If this was the second time being this age, then you have problems. But this is the first time being the age that you are. So give yourself grace. Okay? That's all I can say. Give yourself grace. Stop comparing yourself to other people. And it's like, it's very easy for me to say that. But you just have to think about how it's so easy to fake a lifestyle. It is so easy. Even me, I can fake a lifestyle if I want to. It's just that I don't want that pressure of credit card bills. I'm scared of debt. And let me tell you right now, I am terrified of debt. I break out in hives. Like, it's just, and I'm not even gonna, like, and if there's some people who were blessed and they just were able to get to where they need to be at a young age, congratulations to them, and I'm happy to them. But it's just, you can't compare yourself with people. And another thing, I feel like you need to be so clear with what you want in your life. If you do not want to be married, you don't want kids, no, make that decision. That's a decision I can tell you, like, in your 20s, understand. Do you want to be a stay-at-home mom? Do you want to be working mom? Do you want not to be a mom at all? Do you want to do, like, there's so many stuff, and it's like, you're allowed to change your mind. There's nothing wrong with changing your mind. You can, but know exactly what you want, what feels right for you. Let no one say, oh, you need to be a boss babe, you need to be a boss babe. I don't like being boss babe. Boss babe is a lot of pressure. There's a lot that goes on to boss babe. Please, right? You know, maybe you want a soft life, that's fine. Maybe you want to go and work, want to be entrepreneur, that's also fine. Women are not a monolith. Yeah? Is that English? I don't even know what monolith is. It just came to my head. But we're not just one thing. You can do whatever. Even if you want to be an astronaut, go ahead to be. Who's going to stop you? Who's gonna stop? Because when I was young, I really wanted to be an astronaut, and then I started seeing how much science and reading I need to do. I said, maybe in another lifetime. But yeah, I think that's all I have for you today. Today's it's a little short. It's not a long video. But I can just say, I don't know, in conclusion, live your life the way you want to live and fuck everybody else. That's literally my conclusion. Like, and your life, your life does not end when you're 30. I'm telling you right now, I think it begins. I genuinely think it begins when you're 30. That's when I think your life actually begins, because you have so much life left to live. So much. And now you'll have the tools to now have fun. You'll have the tools to have a lot of fun. So, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below your thoughts and some of the societal expectations that you are tired of. And yeah, I would love to hear from you guys, and I will see you, God willing, tomorrow. See how I feel. I've been saying, oh, every day. This is hard. It's like I have so much respect for influencers. They make, but I think it's also because most of these like big influencers have a team. I don't. I don't have a team. It's just me, and I'm also trying to figure out my life on top of that. So, and now my life needs to be figured out. This is what I'm saying. Right now, my life is. You cannot tell me my life is ending at 30, but now is when I'm trying to figure out how to get a job. Okay. So, thank you so much for watching until here. I will see you tomorrow, God willing. I hope so, if I'm able to. And yeah, bye.